All right, welcome you guys. This is Eric or Eru here with Investor Central Club, and what we're going to go over today is to discuss a little bit about how to use our Discord channels. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on, but let's go through them a little bit one by one so you have a better idea of how to use our channels and so you can familiarize yourself with some of our members and our traders as well. Obviously, when you jump in here, you're going to have your welcome to ICC. Make sure that you read through them. We've got our member welcome in here, so you can read up on that. And we've got some quick rules. Obviously, um, you know, understand that this is a Discord server. We're here for educational purposes, making sure that we can share the information that we have and making it a forum that we can have discussions on. We will delete any spam, any sort of phishing attacks. And obviously, there are some rules that we want to make sure that we uphold for our members here. When you jump in here, this is obviously I'm posting this for our walkthrough channel. That way, so when you guys do join, you guys can go through this and see what's going on in here. The first one you'll see is a how to use flow. You'll see some of these channels are kind of old, but again, nothing's really changed when it comes down to the flow side of our Discord. What these are going to focus upon are these ones down here in the ICC main chat room. We have unusual options, big money, and there should also be a flow channel, a flow scanner channel in here as well for you guys to take a look at. Basically, what our option flow does is it takes the information from the dark pool, it filters through it for you, and it allows you to determine what are some of the unusual positions. When we say unusual, we consider it to be the level of aggression of that trade. So with options trades, if you're familiar with it, there is a certain level of risk and a certain level of implied volatility or a certain level of where these options may go to zero if they are not careful. So depending on how far away from the expiration and how much money they've spent and how far the strike happens to be, we have our algorithm give it a score. And anything that is over a score of 40 goes into our unusual options channel. If it has anything above $1 million, it gets thrown into the big money channel and it's in our ICC flow scanner as well. But what this does is it gives you the cumulative totals and how much money is being spent. So, for example, today we're looking at September 5th, 2025. They did buy some of 2027 NVIDIA, and they did spend $9.7 million as the initial sweep, and that was given a score of 34. So not exactly considered highly unusual, but still a pretty high score overall. You'll see the details of it, how much they purchased, how many contracts they purchased, at what price, the spot of the equity. So Nvidia was trading at 164.44 when this happened. At 11:03 a.m., keep in mind this is here over in the West Coast Pacific time. And then you'll see that it actually had two more where they did purchase more at additional and the additional information for that being put on here. So obviously there will be a lot of these coming in throughout the day, depending on if you are using just our Discord or if you're in STAX. For me, for example, I do have these unusual options and big money actually muted because when I do need to, I will go into STAX and look these up on the chart form instead. All right, our other channels, pretty straightforward announcement channels, just anything that's going on. One key thing I do want to make sure that you guys understand, just because this is actually common across just about any Discord channel out there, we will never ever message you directly asking you for any sort of password or login information. We'll never ask you to do any sort of copy trading with us. We'll never ask you to send, deposit, or transfer any money. And again, we'll never ask you to verify or your account elsewhere, etc. Okay. If you have any questions, you can always message our traders directly. You can click on our username and send us a DM directly. Either me, Chemo, Chef, and Andy, or even Max TG Trades. So we do have a Main chat, this is where basically most of the activity is going to be happening. This is where you're going to be able to have a conversation with all the other members, our thousands of members in here. And a lot of, we'll always be monitoring this, making sure of what's going on in here. For example, today, right after close, we saw that App Love and Robinhood were added to the S&P 500. And you can be sure there's going to be some conversation about that going on throughout this weekend and come Monday as well. So in our next channel, we've got our testimonials, and here you can see a lot of our previous or our current members and previous members that have gone through and left us their own testimonials on how they use Stacks and how their accounts have been doing. So obviously we do have some people that have had some big returns, some people that have multiplied their accounts. For example, here we see somebody that went from $50 in their account up to about 7,000 over the course of time, and even went as low as $1.32 apparently here. But now it's up close to $8,000. We'll look to see if we can get an update on them as soon as possible. We also have some club profits. This was just from earlier this week. We did call out some pretty good plays for earnings. We had some Lululemon puts. We had some American Eagle calls. We also had Tesla calls and things like that. So you can always post your profits in here. One of the things we like to say is if it's good enough to take a screenshot of, it's good enough to take profits, and you can always go and share them with the other members in here as well. Next, we've got our earnings channel. Earnings, we will always post what's coming up in the upcoming week. So, for example, next week, which is September 8th, it's only Friday today, but we already have next week's ready up here for you guys to see. You have the ticker symbol right above them as well, and you can see when they are reporting either before or after close, before market open or after market close on which days. Any questions you guys have, you can obviously go and drop it in here. I do see, and a lot of times people just go ahead and ask their questions directly in the main chat. So it's up to you where you want to go and do that. Breaking news, we do have a bot that is scraping for the top most important news about the stock market, and it gets automatically pushed into this as well. If you do need to, you can always go into your edit channel and you can mute these channels if you are finding that they're sending you too many push notifications and it's, getting to be quite a bit. But it is nice to have these just because a lot of times we will see market movers according to what's coming in. Stax support. This is for those that are a part of Stax and Stax AI. We do have that is a separate subscription from the Discord ICC Investor Central Club Discord that we have that we're showing you guys right here. But this is just for in case there's something that's going on with Stax, people can go ahead and let us know in this channel. Stacks AI backtest. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and also take a look over at our Stacks AI. This is a very high hit rate, high winner rate as well. For example, I do the backtesting on this every single month. There's over 2 years of backtesting on it. And if we use a 0% as the threshold for a win, so anything above 0% for the option is considered a win, it's a 93% hit rate. On average, across all prints, we have 243% average for 400 plus prints. Obviously, 0% to, a lot of times you get into options contracts and you're not trying to look for small returns. You're looking for a bit, not necessarily a home run, but at least, a double or so like that. So we're aiming for 15% or higher as the threshold. We actually have an 84% hit rate across those. Go through our back testing, take a look at that. I will be posting in this channel on a regular basis. Every month we do the back testing from Stacks AI. There are a lot of people that are in in our Discord, oftentimes talking about Stacks AI as well. So keep an eye out for that. The live stream is something that Max, TG Trades, or you also know him as Unusual Markets. We go on here live, usually just about every single day during the close to market close, usually about the last hour or so. We will do our closing bell show on YouTube every Wednesday at about that same time. But we usually like to jump on here, take a look at what's going on with earnings, take a look at as to what kind of flows come in through the day that we can discuss and potentially give you guys some plays there as well. Most of our live streams will also do is we will record them and have them posted on YouTube after the fact. So obviously the people who are in our Discord get that value from it and are able to see and listen in real time when that's happening. Obviously, I've talked about our main chat. Our main chat does have a thread in here. You can also go up here on under threads and you can take a look. I have an earnings case studies that I'd like to post here. So anytime we have earnings coming up for the week, we will have earnings analysis reports. We will discuss and also post and show you what's happened after the fact. That way you have a set place to go and take a look at that from there. As we like to say, with earnings oftentimes is a gamble. So we have our gambling or our degenerates channel. So for people that want to, maybe put a few $100s toward a specific earnings position, you can go ahead and check out our degenerates channel. Um, a good thing is the fact that it's not always the most active, showing that people are taking better positions and they're not necessarily gambling. But every once in a while, there will be some earnings gambles that will be posted here. Like I said, our flow scanner, you probably still have flow. I just don't have it enabled on mine. Unusual options, big money, our flow scanner. If you have any questions on how to use that, don't forget to go back up to here, how to use flow, and take a look at that PDF or the document that we have here that talks about the flow and the equity. ICA graduates and ICC fund, those are two separate things. If you are a part of our Investor Central Academy, we've taught many, many classes. At this point, we are releasing our previous videos, so you'll be able to see them posted in our education channel and also posted in our videos channel. We just released the first one today. But keep in mind, by the time you watch this video, there should be plenty more out there for you. The ICC fund is something that if you are interested in, you can go and contact Chemo directly, and we can discuss about that. It is a fund with a certain threshold. You have to invest a certain amount in order to be a part of that fund. Chemo Trades. Chemo is our CEO, our founder, the heart and soul behind ICC and STAX. And I want you guys to understand he will be posting quite a bit of information in here. Some people do follow him blindly, but keep in mind he does use and he does deploy quite a bit of capital and has the ability to average down and again, has more capital to deploy than most. So keep in mind. He usually will not get into a position without full conviction. He will tell you his entries and his exits. So again, there are a lot of people that are always asking if chemo's still in something. You can go and determine it by just scrolling back and reading up a couple of these posts to see what he's still doing. Me, I am Eru or Eric. You will see all of my trades and all of my analysis under Eru Trades. I will be doing an earnings analysis. I will be showing you guys a lot of what I consider to be Wyckoff analysis and Wyckoff charting. I'm a student of Wyckoff. It is a way to gauge where big money is putting their, putting their premium and putting their money in order to see where stocks may go. So definitely, I would say study it if you have the time. If you're willing to learn, Wyckoff is definitely something to consider when it comes down to the stock market. You'll also see in here these notifications. These are push notifications from our STAX software. I will always share the STAX AI ones that I deem relevant, but keep in mind I will not share every single one of them. There usually are going to be talking about them in our main chat. But again, STAX AI does shout out quite a bit of useful positions to get into and tend to be pretty awesome returns when you consider it. We also are doing a Stacks 1K challenge. Our portfolio will be updated in here as I have time to. As of right now, our portfolio is down just a little bit from where it was at last week. This one shows that we're up about 34, 35%. It's dropped a little bit due to kind of a weak week this week, but again, You can catch up on our Stacks 1K challenge in here, and you can always ask us questions as to what's going on. Just so you know, Chemo tends to do swing trades, meaning that he'll get into a position and look to get out later. So usually we'll hold on to at least a day or more. Not too many day trades recently, and not as much scalping. Same with me. I'm looking for more long-term positions, ones that have a little bit less risk to it, but still can give you high returns. Andy is a very good long-term trader. He has a lot of information. He has some lessons on his Instagram. He will always let you know about uh his entries and his exits and also his analysis when it comes down to his charting. He's, generally investing for the long term, so he will always let you know about those situations as well. TG Trades or Max happens to be one of our top analysts. He will be doing daily recaps, daily unusual flow posts, and he'll also be discussing a lot of the earnings analysis as well. So he'll be posting in here multiple times per day, and also letting you guys know about things such as the macro and the economics behind the stock market. So what do we want to see from our CPI or uh, our unemployment rates, etc. I would definitely say take some time, read up on what he has to say because these are extremely important for you guys to understand. Barack over here is a day trader and a scalper. So if you're looking into, he does daily streams on Twitter, on X. So and he has a lot of great information in here. I would definitely say join him on some of his broadcasts every now and then if you can, because he's always setting you guys up with his charts and letting you understand what to do in those situations. Ducky Trades, one of the other analysts that we have, another big player in the space. Generally I've seen him get into positions with tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, but also has quite a good hit rate from his positions. He tends to do swing trading just as well, so you'll be getting into a position, holding on to it for multiple days, if not weeks or months before you'll see it move in the direction. You'll see his charts, you'll see his positions, and you can always let him know and ask him to discuss what it is that he sees. Jamal and Shivam are a little less active recently. Every now and then they pop back up. Jamal tends to do more of the SPY and the ETFs every now and then, so you'll see a lot more of those situations with him. And Shivam, he actually is a dentist. He was doing this mostly while he was in dental school. He is now a full-blown dentist, but still will pop in here every now and then to share what trades that he's looking at. Under the investor channel, we do also have some discussions about equity positions and futures, but these tend to be a little bit more quiet because the majority of people that are here to discuss the swing trades and the stacks positions that we're getting into. The education channel, again, I'm reviving this channel, but there's a lot of good information back here. There's some charts about Wyckoff. There's some PDFs for you guys to take a look at. There's some screenshots from our lessons that we've taught before too. But again, keep in mind, I will be posting our ICA Investor Central Academy classes in here as time goes on. So please, look out for them and go ahead and take a listen if you're here to learn. Our videos channel gets everything that is posted straight to our YouTube. It will push directly into the videos channel. So you can be notified directly on YouTube, or you can be notified directly in here on our Discord. We are always posting clips and sections and new videos depending on what's going on in the markets. The rest of the stuff you have down here are just educational resources. So we have some resources when it comes down to, charting, PDFs that we've found, things that we've shared, ways that you guys can level up your trading. There's some free ebooks. Chemo's shared an entire Google Drive of market books and PDFs in there as well. We have additional course videos. So if you're on Thinkorswim, Kimo put this together quite a while ago, but nothing's really changed with it. Thinkorswim and his full setup, how to do some charting, scalping strategy, which is day trading, trying to take small moves but amplifying them by taking, decent sized positions, day trader levels, price targets, risk to reward strategy, the wheel strategy, and also, well, swing strategy. There's not much going on in there. You also have entire threads and write-ups that Chemo's done for options trading. So if you are new to options trading and want to do some reading, there's a lot of stuff here. The introduction, options groundwork, terminology, history, a lesson about volatility, what the Greeks are, cashing out, open interest, meeting the players, the institutional players and brokers and market makers, getting your feet wet, learning how to do covered calls, learning how to play leaps, cash secured puts, and his suggestion of 5 mistakes to avoid. In addition, we have technical analysis, which is your charting, introduction, TA versus FA, so technical analysis versus fundamental analysis, support and resistance, candlesticks, and chart patterns. And then last but not least, we have some off-topic business channels. So if you want to network in here, you want to talk about sports or memes, real estate, taxes, watches, snowboarding, you've got some other channels that you guys can always pop into and discuss from there. That's basically what I have for you guys here. In our Discord, these are the channels that we have. The cool thing about our STAX software too is even though it is a separate subscription, some of the main channels, so main channel, my channel, and Max's channel, these are actually shared in the STAX software at this point. There are some limitations because again, it's a plugin that we use, but it's a way for us to maintain and to promote the community as well. So that's how you use our Stacks or our Investor Central Club Discord. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate. You can always go and message me directly, or you can always go email us at help@investorcentralclub.com. Hope this was useful for you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and we'll discuss it from there. All right. Happy trading.